Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hello, and welcome to the Inbetween podcast. I'm your usual host, Joe Scornbrace, and I'm joined here by Tony Tones at RT.
So that's how we started?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
We shouldn't wait too long to just randomly come up with a funny intro when I can just sing Hello, darkness, my old friend. Is that
Copyright.
Well, it's a
1960 song.
Is it Simon and Garfunkel?
I don't know.
Is it?
I know it's
I
1960.
don't actually know the name of the song. I might be right, or I might be just making stuff up. Yeah, it's
Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel.
yeah.
Or this Disturbed.
The Disturbed cover of The Sound of Silence is actually really good.
I think it's better than the original.
Oh, fuck off. Anyway, what have you... should we go into what I've been playing? Actually, I'm not even recording video yet. So this is going to be interesting to edit.
Well, recording of the recording.
Hang on a second. I'll just remember what the time is, and then I'll put it into... I'll just cut that much off. So I'm going to start recording. There we go. Anyway, Star Wars Battlefront. I've been playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 this week.
Alright.
And
This is really weird.
it was interesting experience. I don't think it wasn't overtly positive, and it wasn't overtly the worst. I might have a video coming out soon with my in-depth thoughts about it, but I want to just talk about some of the things I enjoyed and some of the things I didn't enjoy. I really enjoyed space battles. I thought they were really fun.
Are they as good as the original?
No. But I'll get into that. I thought that the actual space combat, fighting against other ships, was really fun. I thought the objectives was fun. The multi-level objectives of so when you're attacking the ship as the rebels, you have to destroy the big Empire ship, and you have to send these bombers and protect them.
Yeah.
And then you have things clamping onto the ship, and you have to destroy the central ship thing. I know. And then as the Empire, you have to destroy the clampers that are clamping onto the ship.
Yeah. You have to escape.
It's one of those things where it's like the Battlefield thing where something gets destroyed and you move on to another objective of it, right?
Mm.
They have that in the ground combat as well.
So is the objective stuff new from the second game, from the first game?
I've never played the first game.
Okay.
But you have.
I have, a little bit.
Yeah.
I've played just
I think is the first game on EA Access?
I think it might be, actually.
Cannot confirm or deny.
I don't know. I played it on PlayStation 4 around a friend's house. And, it's actually, the guns actually felt really cool and things. I don't like the card system thing. I really don't like how that works.
Yeah, the card system exists in 2 as well.
I really don't like that. I prefer the old Battlefront
How
systems.
do heroes work in 1? Because I think it's different in 2. Isn't 2 just random? Isn't 1 just random, I mean?
I can't remember. Because there's a mode where I just wanted to try the heroes. We just played that. We didn't play a mode where you can get heroes, I don't think.
Well, I think in the first one, there was just a random drop, and you picked it up, and you could become the hero.
It's like a drop of a card, isn't it? Then you can then become it.
Yeah, but in 2, you have a score, which gives you points, and then when you've earned enough points, you can buy the hero and become them.
Which is like the first games.
Yeah,
on PlayStation.
The original Battlefront games.
That's how that worked. Yeah. Which I think is better, but I think it still has problems. I probably will explain. I don't think I've explained it on the podcast what I wanted from this type of game.
Right.
I think we have talked about it, but only briefly. Where why you find it?
There's a bug on the window. And
why are you obsessed with it?
We lost it for a little bit. It's a big fucking bug.
It's not that big.
Okay, go on.
Anyway, obviously, people going, TB especially is when someone becomes the hero, all the other normal people get killed really quickly.
Yeah.
I think that, in Titanfall, you have AIs that, they're just grunts that die very quickly. I think it'd be cool if you could, if you normally played as a Stormtrooper commander, so you don't instantly get killed by, a Jedi or a Sith, but then you have, AI around you that kind of try and follows the humans.
Whenever I played Battlefront on the PS2, I used to always play as the weakest unit because I was like, I'm really bad at the game, so the AI will play the good units and they won't die with them.
I guess that works. I always thought the opposite though, that the AI was really shit in those games, so I had to play the good units.
I think it was just my understanding of how the game works that was different from everybody else's.
Okay.
I always just played like the very vanilla plain trooper, as it were.
I always
I never liked the jetpack guys. I hate the jetpacks in the new one, the second one.
Jetpack guys are really hard to, like, they're not fun to play as, and they're not fun to play against.
Right.
They're really annoying. But they're also really weak though.
Yeah.
Because you like shoot them, they just look flying off.
But then you lose more points if you die as a more advanced unit.
I think so, yeah.
This is why I never played as them, because I was like, I'm going to die.
But I can't, because I always like the, it's going to sound really stupid, but I actually really like the prequel maps in Battlefront 2. Because they actually like just played them really well.
Like the secret level, the Gungan level.
Yeah, the Gungan level was really good.
That was the best.
But I usually played like there's like, you only just briefly see it in the third film, but it's like there's like a snowy planet, and there's Naboo.
Like Hoth.
It's not Hoth because it has like proper facilities and like you're fighting on like droids versus clones. There's also like Camino as well. But I remember like playing on those maps, and then like I can't remember who I was. Like I wasn't the sniper rifle guy. I was the other guy, like a really strong person. But I'd always like get into a vehicle straight away. So like, and then I would like escape if I was about to die, and then just carry on. So I'd have like more survivability.
Well, in Tuna they have classes like loadouts in Battlefield. So you have like assault, you have like support. The sniper one is really fucking weird. You got like a sniper rifle, and you get an ability where you take out a pistol and you run really fast.
What? Okay.
And then you have one where you put on binoculars and you can see through walls.
I don't really like. I like the classes, but I don't like the weird ability set that they have. Like, and also like you can't.
Yeah, it's weird that you have like an assault rifle, and then you have an ability that just gives you a shotgun.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I'd rather have like a more standard like Call of Duty thing. Is like, oh, you can choose your 2 weapon types. You can choose this blaster or this like heavy rifle, and then this secondary weapon. You can
change your weapon ability through the cards.
Yeah, I don't like the card system at all. That really pisses me off. Also, I don't like because I don't know if you actually remember the original games. But like more of it was like map control because like the only way to heal yourself was to go to a healing robot, and you had to control that checkpoint which you could spawn at.
Yeah, they have just regenerating health.
Yeah, I hate that. Then there's no map control, there's no checkpoint system or anything where you can just spawn in. I like new games don't have checkpoints anymore where you can spawn
tickets.
In. Yeah, I don't like that. It's too. They're not Battlefront games to me. They're Battlefield games.
They're Star Wars skin Battlefield games.
I don't want that. I'm not gonna play the multiplayer. And
they are having a single player in this game.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't revolve around cards and things and abilities as much.
It definitely is, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's ever going to be as good as the original Battlefront 2 then, because that's one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
And
they're
not doing good.
Because in the beta for Battlefront 2, they had an arcade mode, and where you just did challenges basically.
Yeah.
And in that you had like the card system. One of the things people were saying about cards was that they hate the ability that you can stack the highest level cards. Yeah. So you can have 3 level 4 cards basically. If you're against someone who doesn't have cards or has like really shit cards, then you just destroy them.
It's not like you only have like either 4 level 1 cards or 1 level 3 and 1 level 1.
There is some slight pay to win element sort of stuff with the loot boxes that are unfortunately in every game. No.
Well, as I said though, I just want to play the single player. Like, I don't.
But I think. Well, we've seen loot boxes in single player games. We've seen Shadow of War, and I think you might need loot boxes for the campaign if they're carrying over the same card system,
right?
Because I think it is. If judging by the arcade, there will be cards in single player because people. I think EA is probably like, oh, they want to use their same profile from single player multiplayer so they can move the cards over.
Yeah,
but I think really they're like. we're going to do it so we can get more money.
At this point, just want to play original Battlefront 2. I want to
'Cause
play that story. That's amazing.
There was crafting parts in the base, but you couldn't do anything with them. So they seem to plan to give you crafting parts, and you can craft the specific card you want with the parts. So that's something, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I fucking hate the card system.
No, I don't like it at all. I just rather have like normal. Like I understand, like have classes with abilities. That's fine. Like Rocket Trooper.
Yeah,
has a rocket
I just
pack.
like to be able to change my abilities. But the thing is,
and then choose your weapons afterwards.
You're putting a card system into the game that you have to grind through.
Yeah, I hate that.
And you can also just buy loot crates instantly with real money to get an advantage over people. And you're putting that on top of a battlefield grind system as well to unlock other stuff.
Because the original Battlefront, it was like a MOBA where you come in and like everyone was back to default. Everything was back to the start. Like you only controlled one command post and then had to capture more.
Yeah.
And if you controlled the place to get the tanks to spawn, you can have tanks. And it's like I want that game back. I don't want that you have to have the meta game in between to be better for each game after that. I don't want this persistent bollocks. I want a new game every time starting from scratch. Why am I not allowed to have that anymore, Joe?
I just think the story does look kind of interesting.
I really like the story. I just hope that the card system doesn't.
I think it definitely
annoy me.
will. I think 100% will.
Yeah, that's what's going to be annoying for me.
And I think...
So I love the Battlefront 2 story.
With any luck, this will be on EA Access next year. Because we've already got Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2, which were on the market for less than a year, and they went on to EA Access. And Andromeda's being added. It's a piece of news later down the line.
You can get like EA Access for a year for like
£20.
That's all it is now.
1 year is £20.
So it used to be a little bit more than that, like £40 before for a year.
It depends because if you buy it you can buy it monthly, and it's more expensive if you buy it
that
monthly.
made it like £40.
But if you do, you can buy 1 year for £20, and I think that's a really good deal now.
How are they making money from that? There's just more people coming in, I guess.
Well, there's people who aren't buying your games are going, well, I don't mind paying £20 to play those games.
I haven't bought an EA game for so long, so I guess
because I feel like this is a game that I don't want to buy.
Yeah.
But if I had a subscription to EA Access and it was on there, I'd definitely play it.
Well, I've had a year to play all the single player
much.
games, so I'd have enough time and I wouldn't have to worry about I'm running out of time to play this single player game.
I know a lot of my friends have EA Access subscriptions. They've done the £20 for 1 year, and they said they enjoy it. They play Battlefield 1 a lot, and they really enjoy that. So that's pretty cool.
It does seem more and more good value for money as time goes on.
Yeah. Oh, the one thing I want to say about Space Battles that I never actually finished was you can't get out of your ship, and that was one of my favourite things about the original games. Was that you can take a ship, blow up the shields, fly into the enemy ship, go inside and espionage and blow up their ship.
You could even have it as your friend, as like in like the slow respawning troop transport. You blow up the shields, you go in, shoot everything as you explode the ship and get out, and the troop transport just comes in, lands everyone. You get out and everyone gets killed.
I have fond memories of just doing that over and over again, of going into the enemy ships and espionaging them.
Do you think they'll ever do a game mode where... Because we've now seen, like, in the actual films...
There's hero ships in Battlefront 2, and I will say I really like them.
That sounds really cool, actually.
Because you can get, like, Boba Fett ship from... Jango Fett is chasing after Obi-Wan in, like, the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And he has that giant bomb that goes... and it blows up all the asteroids. You can do that in the game. Oh,
that's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
The dubstep asteroid
destroying
grenades.
Yeah, the dubstep asteroid destroyer grenade. And you can get... you can fly... the other hero ship is Han Solo's Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, no, a hero ship sounds really cool. Like that's kind of what you want. That's what I was missing in the original games, I think. Like,
there was no space battles in the first one.
Because even in like the story space battles, you never could get like the Jedi starfighters. You could only have the clone ones. I think it was severely missing that when you became a hero. Because heroes were kind of shit in the space ones.
But so far, I think the biggest strength of Battlefront 2 is the space battles. That's the most fun I've had in the game so far.
I just want my old Battlefront 2 systems back with capturing checkpoints and destroying parts of spaceships to blow them up.
So I think my consensus on this, as of now, would probably be I'm probably not going to get this, but if it was on EA Access, I would definitely pick it up.
Yeah.
EA Access, because I think it's a good service.
We can play Titanfall 2's story mode as well then.
Yeah. Anyway.
And Andromeda.
Do you have anything else to say?
No,
about
that's it.
Okay, I have some footage of it, and I have some footage of Steam World Dig as well, because this recently went free to play on Origin, and I installed it on Origin. I was like, I own this on Steam, but I will have a beta and free weekend video on Battlefront and Steam World Dig, where I will fully go over everything about the betas and the free game with video. But yeah, I decided that if it was free, I'd pick it up, and then I realised I owned it. So I was like, I'm really interested by the second game as well, so I thought I'd buy it. And it's really easy to get addicted to. Basically, what you do in this game is you mine down into a mine and you break blocks individually, and you gather resources and you sell them, to buy more picks and buy more space and get more resources. It's kind of like that addictive loop. But then there's like
water and things as well.
So the water is for you get different items as you go through caves. So there's a story as well.
Okay.
That you kind of do quests for, and there's like unique caves. There's enemies as well that you destroy, and lots of equipment, and you get like steam powered boots, so you can jump really high, and you need that to solve some of like the puzzle caves in the down below, and you can buy teleporters to set checkpoints for you the further you go down.
That's quite a
and also, if you look at the top right of the screen now, if I sync this up correctly. You have basically you're like a robot with a furnace inside of your stomach.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you go down into the dark, to see around you need your light. But as you stay away from the sun, your light slowly burns down, and the bar at the top gets lower and lower.
Okay.
So eventually you just can't see anything unless you go back to the top and recharge. You get torches that you can place down, so you can see around that area. And you can also upgrade your furnace, so you can get like a coal furnace, so it burns on coal, so it gives you more of a light bar as well. But yeah, apparently it's quite short. I've only played a couple of hours. Apparently it's only about 5-ish hours, but it's very fun and very addictive. I'm really excited for the second game.
It sounds really fun, and I was surprised that I also owned it. I don't know how.
I think it's been a free to play at some point, or it's been in a bundle.
Yeah,
that's why I own it. Anyway,
who knows?
Do you want to talk about Guild Wars 2?
Yes, I do. So I'm still on the Guild Wars 2
mount wagon.
Yeah. So I've got like 5 more missions of the main story to do, but I found out like to get the Griffin, which is what I'm aiming for, you need 250 gold. Is it apparently?
And that translates to around £10.
Yeah, at the moment.
It'd
probably be a little bit less than that. It'd be like £9 just because of how low gold's been, because people are trying to get gold and not gems, just like the rates like that. But yeah, it's about £10.
Yeah, because you can buy gems which turn into gold. You can roughly translate gold into real life money.
Yeah, because
to give you an idea of the economy,
you can buy gems directly.
Gold is around 10-ish, 9-ish.
Yeah,
pounds.
You can buy £8.50 for 800 gems directly from ArenaNet. Then everything else is sold in game with actual players.
Yeah, so they make a lot of money on Guild Wars 2.
Yeah,
I know that for a fact. They have some of the biggest revenue in gaming.
That's because they've been increasing the skins price like over the years, which is also annoying me. But that's discussion for another time.
So we got microtransactions, Guild Wars 2. We got loot boxes and Battlefront. So
well, technically, there's loot boxes in Guild Wars. It's got,
they've got Black Lion chest,
but they're so shit. They're not worth it.
Nobody ever opens them.
No, they're so shit.
So Guild Wars 2 has loot boxes. Shadow of War has loot boxes. Battlefront has loot boxes. Forza 7 has loot boxes.
Or had loot boxes or something.
Yeah. Well, it's Call of Duty is getting loot
Yeah, Call of Duty
boxes.
is, for sure.
When will Destiny 2 has the what are they called? The decal things.
Yeah, the single-use colour.
Yeah.
Doobie what's this? The really retarded.
Is this just what's going to happen now? Are we just going to... Every game that comes out is going to have loot boxes in it these days?
I will say, I think Guild Wars does some things great, but one thing that really pisses me off is a game where you have to buy... you can buy new skins, right? But it's also a game where you have to unlock usable consumables to be able to change your gear's look. To me, if you have to buy the skins, you should be able to change what your outfit looks like at any point.
I thought you could.
You can change it, you have the outfit section.
Yeah.
But if you want to change the skin of your actual of each armor piece separately, which is more options, you have to transmog it with which it costs gems to get, or you unlock it by doing stuff in the world. Obviously,
yeah, because I have some transmog.
But I keep using
what are they
them.
Called?
Transmutation charges.
Yeah, I've got a few.
I used to have quite a few, but then I kept for each of my characters, I'd change it up once I reach 880, and then I want to like this.
So you need to be really careful with your transmutation.
Yeah,
charges.
in my opinion, if you have to buy armor skins, that it should be I understand you can't just do it at any point. You have to go to a vendor and do it. Fine, but I don't think you should have to also charge real money for that item as well. I think that's double dipping too much for me.
Do you want to talk about the Griffin mount that you've been trying to get?
I've seen people on the Griffin mount. It seems to be really good. Everyone seems to be on the Griffin mount once you get a Griffin mount.
It's the best mount.
What's the gliding mount?
How do you unlock it? Other than the 250 gold.
Well, from what I know, from what I've seen, you can complete the story.
Yeah.
You go to the last area. You first get on your skimmer, the hovering one, like the manta ray hovering stingray thing.
Yeah.
You go across some really weird purple electrocute stuff, but you're immune because you're on the skimmer.
Yeah.
You then get to the other end, jump over a thing to a secret area.
On the bunny rabbit.
Yeah. The Springer?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I just call him the bunny rabbit.
I actually really want to play the... Do you need Heart of the Thorns to play this?
I don't think so.
You can just skip that.
I think so.
Doesn't it add extra levels, or is it just masteries?
It just has more masteries, this one. Okay. So similar to how Heart of Thorns has masteries, it has more masteries for
yeah. They don't increase the level cap in the expansions, right?
No, you just get more masteries. After the hit level 80, the level cap is across all characters. It's count bound, and it's then.
So if you wanted to play this, you could just go straight to, what's it called? What's this expansion called? I forgot.
It's called Path of Fire, but
Heart of Fire, yeah.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah.
How you got the Griffin mount?
So you get the Griffin, you get into the new area. You then, as all the other mounts, you complete a small quest thing there. You then afterwards if you want to keep it forever, you have to pay some money, and this one's 250 gold.
Oh right.
But yeah, brilliant. Thanks for reading that.
Okay.
So it went out from the first one you get for free, the Raptor. The Bunny's 2 gold.
That's not bad then.
No, that's fine. The Skimmers, I want to say, is 5 or 7 gold. The Jackal's 20 gold. And then the Griffin is 250.
Do you have all the mounts?
I have 4, yeah. I don't have the last one.
So you've bought the other ones of gold?
Yeah, I've been getting gold quite easily in this. I've just been selling all my crafting stuff, so I don't need to craft anything else.
Such lazy game making, where they just put a financial barrier between you and an objective instead of making this super long quest line when you have to do.
It's already a super long quest line. You have to do basically a jumping puzzle to find a secret area. Admittedly, it's with mounts, so it's easier. And then you have to then complete a quest once you're there. Why do you need a huge monetary value on it? I don't understand. It just seems to me that they're trying to get money from people buying gems and converting it into gold.
Well, I think their idea was that we'll add a big barrier to the end so people can work towards something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I've got, I want to say 53 gold left to earn.
But I think most people would prefer that the barrier was something interesting you could work
Yeah,
on over a
something-
long time.
Something
rather
interesting,
than
just like
just a gold.
maybe just like a dungeon that you could do or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Match with 5 other people, complete a dungeon, you get a griffin at the end. But no, it's not that. It's do a quest and pay money.
Okay.
I just imagine EA as the end boss of it. Give me your money.
EA. EA net.
Yeah.
Red Dwarf.
And you want to talk about Red Dwarf?
I'll talk about it quickly.
Okay.
So I watched season 12 is out now, and it's pretty good. I think I enjoyed season 11.
I think I've watched that either. Properly.
That was last year.
Yeah.
The last one before they started bringing it back, season 10, where they go to Earth.
That's the Jesus
and realize
one, right?
The Jesus one.
Yeah, that's in season 10.
Where they...
Oh no, you're thinking of season 9, I think. When they go back to Earth and then it's like the enhanced...
They find their actors and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's season 9. Season 10 is when they go back to Earth and find Jesus back in time. And it's like a squid.
Yeah. Anyway, this season it has a lot of guest stars on it.
Yeah.
Like they've got Johnny Vegas on it as a police officer. But it's not police, it's like he hasn't been on it yet. But
we know he is on there at some point. We've been told.
I know he was like an officer of something, but I can't remember what it was. But it was something stupid.
Prison officer?
No, it's something ridiculous. I watched a featurette on it, but it's got like James Buckley, Jay from the Inbetweeners.
Yeah.
He is a Crichton. There's a rogue squadron of Crichtons who've broken out of their programming and are going. They're on a ship on their way to Silicon Heaven.
Right.
And they've freed Crichton from their captors, and they've replaced all the guys' bodies into robots to show them what it's like to be Crichton. There's a couple. Okay. So far, I've seen the first 2 episodes. I thought they were both really good. The first one, of course, is The Cure for Evil, where they've cured like Hitler and Stalin, and they couldn't cure Richard. What's his name? The guy who did was it the Daily Mail? What's that? Rupert Murdoch.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a. They're just like we tried to cure his evil, but it didn't work. He rejected the treatment. He was just too evil.
It's too evil.
Yeah.
That's true. He probably is too evil.
I thought it was good. I'm going to continue watching it. I've been watching that instead of Star Trek because I just haven't got around to it yet. But I really want to watch
You could
Red
watch
Dwarf.
both of them.
Red Dwarf's better than Star Trek, in my opinion. It's the best sci-fi comedy show.
Yeah, Star Trek doesn't have the comedy sci-fi show going for it, no. Well, there's a few episodes. The Neelix episodes are my favourite comedy sci-fi shows.
Anyway,
real news.
So Oculus is making a standalone headset called the Oculus Go, which is going to be a headset you can buy for $200, and it's going to be without like a cable to plug into a PC. It's going to be without the need for a mobile phone. It's a completely standalone headset, so this is quite interesting.
It's like a console, basically. Like a VR console.
In a way. The console is the headset.
Yeah.
The big selling point is it's
just on your head.
It's cordless.
Yeah.
You just wear the headset.
All the processing is in the headset itself.
And you have controllers that are wireless as well.
I think I'm starting to see what Daniel meant by like just watching other people wear it. It is hilarious to watch other people use VR. You're not seeing what they're seeing.
Watching other people. There's actually an advert where there's a ostrich wearing a VR headset.
Right.
And he's seeing like the clouds and he learns to fly.
Yeah.
By wearing this VR headset for some reason. I don't even know what it's an advert
for. Is it like
for.
that old Kiwi animation where he's like he puts trees on the side of a cliff?
It's like realistic.
Okay.
Ostrich.
Okay.
It's weird.
So they put a lot of money into making that then.
But I don't know who's going to be sat on their couch. What is she looking at? What's that expression like? you know when they have like.
Well, I'm trying to figure out is that why would she be laughing? So she must be saying something to her, like explaining what she's singing. She's going, ha ha, yeah.
You know when they have like the Switch adverts and they're at like a barbecue and they get a Switch out, like, oh, let's play on the Switch. It's like, something nobody ever does.
Or looking over at your garden party and you want to bring your Switch.
Hang on, I just met you, you're a stranger on the street. But let's street pass our 3DSs that we definitely have with us.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird marketing.
Do you think this is going to sell?
Yeah, for sure.
You think people are going to buy the Oculus Go?
Yeah, I'm just a bit concerned about the price.
There's the new controllers, the Project Santa Cruz untethered 6 DOF magic.
The controllers don't do that really cool.
Show you that video quickly.
But my concern is like, as per usual for anything wireless and like basically its own like device, it's like battery life, how good the quality of stuff is. Like it's only $200. Like that's not very much money for like trying to pack everything into one thing, right? So I don't know. I'm just slightly concerned with that more than anything. But I don't know.
I wonder how powerful it's going to be compared to a wired headset like the original Oculus or the Vive. That's going to be really interesting for me.
Yeah, I want to see the comparison between that as well. That would be interesting.
Because I feel like if it's that small, it can't be much more powerful than like a Samsung Gear VR sort of.
Where's the battery being stored anyway, though?
An amazing response, bringing people into the device.
Because they have to fit the lenses. They've got to fit the battery.
They've got graphics card, processor, RAM, battery, and then the lenses.
I don't think they have a graphics card. That's just
they have
the processor.
Well, yeah, it'd probably be one. That's probably what they would do.
Yeah.
But either way, you have to put them both into one thing. That'll save space, sure. Because it doesn't have to do any like proper processing like your normal computer does. But it's still, you would expect that to be quite big and having to be
apparently, the first prototype had a full-blown mobile computer strapped to your back.
Yeah, I remember something like that.
But now it's completely standalone.
So I guess they've gone for like less powerful graphics and easier to use.
Yeah, they use the same tracking as the original Rift and Touch, and they're getting the infrared LEDs on the new controllers to work with the sensors used for inside-out tracking on the headset.
Does that mean that Ethan's wearing a headset on the beach? Pretending to
the Ethan Creek.
It's gonna be even better now. It actually makes sense.
I'm surprised this isn't bigger news though. I had to look to find this because I remember reading it somewhere. Yeah, is VR not big news anymore?
I don't know. Maybe it's not. I think it's still big news. I don't see
anyone talking about the Oculus Go.
I don't know any outlets that really talk about VR that often.
Santa Cruz
controllers. People like Jim don't really care about it too much anymore.
Well, we finally found out the price point. I think was that it was $200, which I think is really big because if you look at like the Vive, it was $700. I think it's now $500 now. PlayStation VR, how much was that? That was like
$250. They brought it down to or something. Recently.
Yeah, and you had to the PlayStation and the Go controllers. This is a standalone headset for $200.
It's less money than a lot of phones. Like you don't even need like a $300 phone to go with it. It's just by itself.
So I think there is potential for this. They say it's awesome for watching movies or concerts, or playing games, or just hanging out with your friends in VR.
Like this image below, which I still don't know. I can't figure out what's going on in it or what she'd be doing. And she's got one controller.
She's like shooting someone in VR right now. That's why she's laughing.
Shooting her. I'm shooting you.
She's just got like a giant model of the woman sitting next to her, and she's just like stabbing it.
It's like voodoo doll.
Yeah, like a yeah. Anyway,
that's what I like to think. Yes.
Also in VR news, we have open source release of the Rift DK2. So that's fully open source. So you can look at that if you are someone who's a VR dev, which there is not many people these days because people.
Well, we're not.
We're not VR devs, and nobody is investing in VR because of the awful return back on VR development.
Which is why Valve has taken up most of the money at the start, because they know this is going to be the problem.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see if VR goes somewhere because I think it's really great.
Well, we've all seen how VR's... We've seen Red Dwarfs. We know where VR's going, which is what we want.
That's so fun. They were talking about how a lot of things in Red Dwarf went from science fiction to science fact.
Yeah. VR is like the biggest one.
I thought the VR was cool, but I always thought the episode where they can go inside pictures is really cool, and then they start changing the past by going inside the pictures.
Yeah.
What was it his friend invented and got incredibly rich? It was like tape that said "Don't panic."
I thought it was like red bubble wrap.
It was red bubble wrap that just said like "Don't panic."
Yeah, and Rimmer tried to become.
He became the rich guy.
Yeah, and then Lister decided to stop it. I can't remember the episode, but yeah, something like that happened. That was weird. But no, do you remember in like Series 7 where he has the princess?
Yeah, he's fighting at the jousting concert.
Just so he does sex with the princess.
But there's also another episode where they come out of VR. And it's like you were on the VR experience of Red Dwarf.
Oh yeah,
and you played as like Lister.
Yeah.
When it's like that bug that gives you visions, right?
It's like Total Recall.
Yeah, just like Total Recall. Because speaking of open source kits, Valve was giving out the Vive dev kits royalty free to help devs get their Steam VR tracking fully available. There is no licensing fees from the kits, so you can set up your Steam VR peripherals and stuff however you want, which is really cool.
It makes sense
if you're a VR dev, which we just went over. There is none.
Yeah, but this makes it easy to be a VR dev though.
If you're a dev that wants to work in 2D, Unity 2017.2 is now out, and there's a brand new 2D world building tool that is really cool looking. I think definitely if you're interested in 2D game development, check this out. How does Unreal do for... Because at the moment, the two big engines for game development, especially...
For indies?
Yeah, because Unity and Unreal are the free ones.
Yes.
So these are like the massive ones for independent game development.
Well,
how does Unreal handle 2D?
I think, remember correctly, it doesn't handle 2D like you can hack it basically, but it doesn't do it very well at all. So I think like Unreal's designed for like a lot of Unreal games look very similar to each other. Like they all have like, the same archetype, but the graphics may look different. But they're all like high fidelity. I remember someone saying like Unreal was like primarily designed for like the good graphics and fidelity of the graphics, whereas Unity's designed for like you can do anything. Recently,
there was a game called Escape from Tarkov that I believe is in the Unity engine, and it was praised for being extremely good looking.
I recognise the name, but I can't remember what it looks like.
It's like a hyper-realistic permadeath kind of FPS, where the idea is you get highly customizable guns, you go into this area and you try and loot it and kill other players. It's like a really slow... what's it called? The PUBG, almost. It's like an MMO, and there's permadeath as well.
Okay.
It's more like DayZ in a way. But the guns are like highly customizable as well.
I would still say Unreal source fidelity over this game. Like Unreal still does the graphics and the lighting way better.
But this is a good looking game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Made in Unity.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think Unreal will still up it. If you made this game in Unreal, I think it would still look better.
Mm.
But you probably wouldn't be able to do a lot of other stuff that they were able to do.
But there is a lot of stuff that you need Unity for. Apparently, vehicle physics are awful in Unity. Yeah. So that's one thing Unreal does.
So Unreal's very good at like the realistic shooter thing. But obviously, they've made this in Unity, which I'm amazed that they have.
Yeah. But it's just interesting to see how far Unity has come now that you can make a game like Escape from Tarkov inside the Unity engine, which has such a bad press these days, because of games from like Digital Homicide and stuff like that with the pre-bought assets.
My recent memories of really bad Unity games is that they're all vehicle-based games. Why are these hack game developers trying to make stuff that Unity can't do?
Because they're lazy.
Right. Okay. But do you think if they do ever decide to add proper like vehicle physics to Unity, or at least a more standard approach that you can then change later, do you think then the fake games would be better, or do you just think they'd be so lazy it would still be shit?
I think the fake games will always be shit.
Okay.
But anyway, we'll move on to the next topic. So Telltale recently made a new story-driven Batman game called Batman: The Enemy Within, and they accidentally used a photo of the body of Andrei Karlov, the Russian ambassador to Ankara, moments after he was shot, which is quite interesting. Because apparently they bought a stock image, but somebody was selling a stock image of the Russian ambassador being shot.
Which is weird.
So just randomly inside this Telltale Batman game, they had a real photograph of the Russian ambassador. Yeah, here we go. Do you remember this happening? It was quite big news. I
remember that happening. I've never seen the image itself.
If you look at the image here, it was edited to make it look like it was going on in Gotham Bank.
Yeah.
So they just have the Russian ambassador chilling on the floor, dead at the Russian bank, the Gotham Bank.
Yeah.
Which was, players spotted this and they instantly, basically removed it from the game. They said in a statement, "We regret this incident occurred and we are taking appropriate action internally to ensure that we continue to maintain our high standards in production and quality assurance." But yeah, that was quite a big fuck up, wasn't it?
Whose fault is it though? 'Cause if you didn't know what he looked like, because I've never seen the picture. I know it happened, but I would never have known that picture was from that.
They didn't. It wasn't like somebody took a picture of the Russian ambassador being shot and put it in the game, because it's a licensed photo. The photo is found on an image library Getty and costs $557 to license. So the image was almost certainly mistaken by an unnamed developer for a stock photo and intended to be used as a reference and swapped out at a later date. At least you would hope so. That's what it says here.
I think it's like it could be just like someone like me who's never seen the photo, but like, oh, I'll take that. Finds it. I'll take that. And it doesn't. And maybe the site where he got it from doesn't say who it was. Like, how would you ever know unless you've seen the picture and know of it?
Yeah. Alright, next topic. Oh, so we're meant to be talking about IGN buying Humble Bundle, the company, but the link I put down was this instead, accidentally. So I was just like, yeah, let's just leave this in.
I mean,
No ketchup.
it's a good link. I
Yeah.
can't.
It's because I was making the podcast doc
And listening to this.
and sending this to Tony at the same time, so I was copy-pasting it into my Google Doc. And I accidentally pasted this instead of the actual article of IGN acquiring Humble Bundle. Big Shaq, fire in the booth. There's so many memes of Big Shaq fire in the booth now. It's fantastic. What do you think of this meme, Tony?
It's a good meme. It should continue.
And, 2 + 2 is 4, -1 is 3. Quick maths. He's teaching the kids maths, and that's what matters. No sauce, no ketchup.
I like it how he uses that quick maths.
That is quick maths, yeah. Anyway, it will blow you away. IGN buys Humble Bundle. Are we sure
Have you blown
what
away?
this means for Humble Bundle, though?
Yeah, I don't know, because does IGN meddle with companies they buy? Like, that's what I want to know. Has IGN
Because
ever
Humble
bought another
released
company?
a statement saying it'll be business as usual. They'll have bundles up, and they will continue to support charities and game development through that way.
I know.
But why do you think IGN decided to purchase Humble Bundle.
Yeah, I don't know the reason. That seems really weird to me. But they are doing really well for themselves. Maybe they just want some of it. I don't know. It seems really weird. Like, if you're a game journalist and you go, right, let's buy like a publisher and a seller of games, and doesn't that not make your reputation look really weird? At the very least, like the face value of it be a bit weird and a bit ooh. Because I know, like, Jim Sterling was like, I reckon he reckons that IGN won't meddle in Humble, so that'd be normal.
Yeah.
And they will probably still make reviews for games that Humble have published, but it will sour the reputation because he said, like, imagine if Jim fucking Sterling's son did a review on a game he voice acted in. Like, even if it was
he
completely
would be biased.
Well, it might not be biased though, because Jim's normally like honest all the time.
But you'd have to say you'd have to give disclosure.
Yeah, no, yeah. But even
if
you gave disclosure, Jim was like, even if I was unbiased, I gave full disclosure. You still have the thing in your mind going, I don't know if this is true or not. It sours reputation, even though there might not be anything going wrong. So, and I reckon IGN's gonna fuck that up. Is my reckoning. They're still going to review Humble published games and it's going to look really weird, even if it is completely fine in reality.
Well, there was
going to be really, really weird.
There's a rumor that a certain Jim Sterling purchased
yeah,
Devolver Digital.
In the video I'm talking about, he's like he's trying to make an ad. He's like, say I bought Devolver Digital for £10. I bamboozled them.
Devolver Digital responded on Twitter. Despite the rumours, Jim Sterling has not purchased Devolver Digital. However, we have taken a small investment from a wealthy aristocrat. It's got a picture of the 18th century aristocrat.
I love
himself.
how quick Devolver Digital was at posting that. And I love... Is Devolver Digital the best company?
They are the best. The best E3.
Yeah.
The best publishing.
They just make crazy games that they like.
They just publish crazy games that they like, yeah. They always publish interesting games. That's something I'll give to them.
And they're not afraid to go dark either, which I respect. It is good that there's at least one good game publisher on the block.
Well, the thing Humble will get out of it is...
money.
Yeah, they're going to get a lump sum of money from IGN buying them, basically. Which means that they might be able to get some more staff. Because in 2015, they did lay off 20% of their staff after they overexpanded.
Oh, okay.
So they might have been in a risky place. And this is why they kind of said to IGN, do you want to...
Because I assume what happened was they were getting big.
Yeah.
We'll expand. But then they didn't plan it out correctly. And then it was like too much. And then they weighted more money than they were getting in. And I assume that, and then they decided that IGN were like, we'll buy you. And they'd be like that's my impression of what's happening here. But I don't know what your original question of why IGN wants to buy this, other than maybe they just see profits. I don't know. It seems really weird to me.
Well, IGN can advertise Humble a lot more and give it more visibility.
Yeah. But in my opinion, they can never review a Humble published game. But they can give visibility to like the bundles of games that they don't publish. That's kind of a separate entity in itself, really. I think that'd be fine.
I don't know. Well, I think this is one we'll have to see what happens. We could just assume Humble is business as usual, but if you've got IGN behind you, you always have to kind of think about what's really going on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, I don't trust IGN too much.
Anyway, next topic is Epic, the people behind Fortnite and Gears of War and the Unreal Engine. They've recently sued two cheaters. Apparently they banned them, but that wasn't enough. They're also filing lawsuits under the DMCA, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, because they used measures to edit their intellectual property in order to cheat in their online service as a form of copyright infringement. So this is going to be really interesting to see how this goes down. because we know of big companies like Blizzard. They sued Bossland, the bot makers.
Yeah.
We talked about this earlier when they were botting on like World of Warcraft and stuff, and they won like 8 million from them. So we've seen people who sell cheats as a company being taken down, but this is suing 2 individual people. So we're going to see how this kind of goes, because
is this going to be like how cheaters are dealt with in the future, and like how you're able to deal with them? I'm not sure.
Well, the thing is, when he got banned, he kept playing with other accounts. So they want to kind of put a stop to this guy constantly creating accounts under false names to stop him from cheat. Because they were like, well, the only thing we can really do to stop this person from cheating in the game if they're going to keep creating accounts, because the game, Fortnite Battle Royale, is free to play now. So banning doesn't mean a whole lot in terms of stopping them from playing the game, is to personally sue that person. The 2 people are Vaspir and Broom, and the suit's claiming that they are part of addictedcheats.net, and Vaspir is a support help person, and Broom is a moderator and member of the support staff. So that is making this case going beyond just the simple cheating, but they're also implicated in a website that is kind of selling the cheats as well. So they are personally suing 2 people, but they're 2 people who are working for a large organisation that is selling the cheats on Fortnite.
I don't know if like, it would go to default, like it would just go like, oh, it's like it would be like a similar precedent as like it's like a company doing it, like with Blizzard and the bot makers. I don't know if it'd be similar to that, or if they just focus heavily on the 2 people.
Well,
and try and push that.
The lawsuit's not going into like specific numbers of how much they're asking for.
No.
But Epic is looking for damages for the copyright infringement, as well as profits they may have made from using the cheats and selling the cheats.
Yeah. And like.
But I don't think it's about the money. I think it's about sending a message. I actually think.
Yeah.
If people are getting sued for cheating in Fortnite, this is really going to deter anyone else from cheating.
I think they still might do the Blizzard effect of like just going like, we'll make the money that we asked for ridiculously high. Like they're not like when they asked for like 8 million from the botting company.
They won 8.6 million.
Yeah, but then they have to get it from them. They haven't paid it yet. I don't think they actually care about the money. They just want it to, like, if they try and bring it up and someone's suspicious that it's the old company,
I mean,
they can't.
They completely bankrupt the people behind it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all the public accounts they got the money from. Obviously, I don't think they got all of the money, obviously, because I don't think they have that amount of money in a bank. But I don't think it's about the money, though, really. It's like, you've now completely bankrupt, you can't continue what you're doing. There's nothing you can do.
And the message is, if you cheat on this game and you sell cheats to others...
It's very expensive and you can not...
They'll take you to court and they'll destroy your life, basically, for destroying the game. So Fortnite also put out a state of development. So they've got a huge list of things, they want to put into the game, and they've given themselves a time frame of 4 to 6 weeks to go through this. So they've given... kind of a time frame of when they want to accomplish all this stuff. They said they want to accomplish a decent percentage of the aforementioned in that time frame. So they've gone through gameplay, the control, the UI, the progression, the engine, online. So they want to add team communication, including voice chat. They want to add general squads and duo. They want to add ongoing shooting and balance tweaks. They want to add more map points of interest and loot density. I definitely think this is a big one, because I think there should be more points of interest on the map, because it's quite small and it's quite spread out, like the loot lake and that sort of stuff. You would definitely want more places people can go to get loot. They want to improve spectate, inventory improvements, quality of life bugs. They want to improve the UI, add more progression. Definitely want to anti-cheat is a big thing, because Fortnite is known at the moment for having a lot of cheaters on their game, because of the free-to-play model that they're currently going with. It just attracts a lot more people to cheat because they know that there's a higher chance that if they're going to get away with it, or if they get banned, they can just make another account. It doesn't really affect them because of the free-to-play model. But we do see the suit that we just previously talked about, so that might help with that as well.
I assume
they want to make improvements for low-end PC stability, but I will say Fortnite is way more optimized than a similar game like PUBG, which is a piece of shit in terms of optimization.
They put the anti-cheat in the engine part, so I assume they want to put more detection systems and then like just instantly try and stop it as soon as it detects it.
Spinning up more data centers to reduce average ping times, and they want to add a PTR, a public test realm. So they want to add somewhere where they can put experimental changes through and get feedback from the players. And they said they want to do this in 4 to 6 weeks. So we'll look back in about a month and a half, and we will see what is going on. Yeah, that should be interesting to see. Anyway, next topic. It's not changing. Yes, but someone found out that he could hack into Shadow of War and get unlimited loot boxes. So that's kind of interesting.
Do you need to pay for them anymore? Or
no, if you cheat the game, you can just...
Yeah.
Isn't the true ending to the game locked behind loot boxes, though?
Well, not necessarily loot boxes. It's the area where you would need the loot boxes to get the orc. So you need to, like, complete, like, the area and, like, control everything. Which what loot boxes would, like, really help you with, is what I took from it.
I mean, it's interesting. I don't think it even against loot boxes, I don't think it's ethical. But it is kind of, when you buy a game, you own it. You should be able to play it the way you want to play it.
I mean, like, if you like,
but is cheating loot boxes in that you have to normally pay for? Isn't that that's editing the game and it's breaking the DMCA of the game?
Yeah, but if you're not online.
That's the question. That's the question. The ethical grey area when it comes to mods and changing your game files.
They shouldn't have done the ethical grey area of adding loot boxes to a single player game.
I don't know.
They should have added it in the first place.
There's no moral ground here, I don't think. I think it's a very grey area.
There's no moral ground for either of them, as far as I'm concerned.
Anyway, we need to be quick because I have to eat dinner. Mass Effect Andromeda's now added to Origin Access, and we were talking about earlier, Origin Access is a really good deal now.
Yeah, this really interests me, though. I really want to look into this.
And trials for Battlefront 2 and Need for Speed are also on their way. So it's got a really good trial system as well. You can play, is it 10 hours of any game?
Yeah, but it's by default.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Pretty cool.
Origin has some really good things to it.
It's £4 a month, or you pay £20 and you get an entire year.
£4 a month is, like, even by itself is a really good...
Yeah, it's less than a Netflix subscription.
Yeah. But I guess they've got less games. And Netflix has stuff.
Because it's cheaper to buy Origin Access for a year than it would be to purchase the game.
Yeah, I know. That's what really confuses me. And especially for, like, single player games.
I mean, you don't own the game at the end, but I mean,
if you loved it that much, you just buy it.
With Origin games these days, I'm not really like going, oh, I wish I owned that game so I could play it now.
The only games I probably would is like when the next Dragon Age comes out, I probably would want to own that. But Andromeda may or may not be that, but I guess if I buy it...
when they keep like releasing Battlefield games over and over again, you kind of like...
Or they pump all their resources into a different game and Andromeda's shit.
You're kind of like, I don't really need to play this randomly a couple years down the line. I could just play it now while it's relevant.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the next topic is Civ 6 getting a religion update. And I saw this and I went, Tony and Bill over that shit.
I am all over that shit. I don't know how you play Civ 5, but I always used to like ignore.
I ignored religion.
Yeah, I ignored religion.
Yeah, I hate religion.
My plan
in Civ
was become a huge empire, then absorb other people's. I have like loads of religions in my one empire, then be shit at research, but have lots of culture and lots of religion. That was my plan. But I think this actually, like Civ 6, I really like how Civ 6 has really changed like sieges and like how you attack. So I think the religion stuff could be really cool.
Whenever we played multiplayer, Andy would always try and convert my people to religion, to his religion, and I was like, if you convert my guys to your religion, I'll fucking declare war on you. There will be no religion in my
I always...
But I was always... I always did diplomatic victories. That was my favourite victory type.
They kind of changed it a little bit in Civ 5. It's still diplomatic victory, but it's not called that anymore. It's like not culture victory.
Do you still have to get called Mayor of the World by the UN?
Yeah,
basically?
They changed it quite a lot, so it's like harder. It's basically like, like a lot of games have like, oh, you have like until this number of turns.
It's better than building the Tower of Peace, basically. It was way better.
They replaced it from building a Tower of Peace, or even because it's like that's basically just the same as the tech winning one, is building the space shuttle. But yeah, basically it's like the time limit one. It says like if you get to this stage, there'll be a vote to the leader of the world, and whoever wins the game.
Yeah.
So you have a time limit to when this happens, but it happens at the same. I think it happens. Might be different on different time scales and like different like how long you want each turn to last, like year wise in the game. But I think it happens on the same year.
So what's going on with religion? There's 2 new pantheons, new units, buildings, and more.
I think they're just going like completely ham on like changing everything, and like I really like the worship beliefs system.
Right.
That's really cool to me. Like actually being able to choose what they actually believe in. I think that'd be like, because I always found like the religion in Civ 5. I don't know if you've ever done a religion in Civ 5 ever.
I think I did it like once.
Yeah.
Or twice.
But like you just choose like random shit like that's good. Like, oh, you can build like a cathedral, or you can get this, and it's like it doesn't make any sense that what you're trying to do.
I can play Civ 6 actually, thinking about it, because Daniel owns it.
Yeah, I still want to play it. One day.
Well, speaking of like, some games are now, they say on them in like bold letters, this title is excluded from family sharing, because I think they're trying to cut back on people who are just giving all their friends access to their Steam family library sharing.
Yeah.
And trying to cut back on people just using that as like multiple copies of the game. But anyway, yeah.
Well,
interesting to see this religion update.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for it. I want to actually just see it, how it works in game and things.
Religious units can now exert zone of control, receive flank and support bonuses in religious combat.
So they actually have uses in combat, unlike the original Civ, or Civ 5 rather.
But the Guru religious support unit can only heal nearby religious units.
How does healing other units work? I never understood that. I understand like medics, but how does like a religious unit do that?
The religious lens has been overhauled to improve overall usability and readability. You can also find UI torches such as religion indicators on unit flags to remove all guesswork on where a unit's allegiance lies.
I remember.
So it's easier to see what religion units are following.
I think before Civ 6 had a really bad religion system, so I think this is the overhaul to that. So this is like the first overhaul, really. Then, like, because Civ 5 went through like a ton of overhauls before like expansions and stuff came out, until we got to the good Civ 5 we have today. This is the first big update that's like actually changing stuff. I think there's not one before this, right?
There's no DLC for Civ 6, is there? Apart from adding new races or scenarios.
Not worth buying. It's not like there's like new civs, but there's no big overhaul of like new systems and things.
There's no Brave New World.
No. There's no Brave New World or the one before that, Gods and Kings.
Gods and Kings, yeah.
But I assume if they're releasing this update, they're getting ready for something like that. Maybe.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Is Civ 6 worth buying in its current state?
I think it always has been.
Yeah.
Personally, but it's why I wanted more combat stuff, and that's what they decided to focus on. I really like the sprawling city stuff as well. I really like that a lot. But yeah, I can understand wanting to wait for all the DLCs and things and getting the big gold edition at the end.
What some people are doing, because it's kind of like with Bethesda games where they release them really broken, and then they release DLC and people make mods and they fix it. Or if it's the new ones, they release a bunch of shit on a season pass and it doesn't fix anything.
I could imagine
on
for Fallout 4, I would have obviously, if Captain Hindsight here, if I could recommend this to my past self, I would have said wait until all the DLC comes out and buy the big version. If Skyrim Special Edition came out and it was like the first time it ever came out, I would say to my past, and I had to buy it, I would say wait until SKS E64 comes out.
Speaking of Fallout 4, I was talking to Matt, from the podcast the
Yeah.
other day, and we were talking about. I was talking about what I didn't like about the Fallout perk system called the Fallout 3 perk system.
Yeah,
And he was like,
we've done.
go into detail about it. So I was like, actually, you could just watch the first ever podcast of the Inbetween podcast, because that's literally the first topic we ever talked
It was like
about.
the first big topic.
Is the perk system in Fallout 4 and why it was such a big disappointment and the skill system compared to Fallout 3.
Yeah, we still hold the opinion to this day.
And our first ever mascot, Skyrim Man,
Yeah.
is next to Tony right now.
He is? Oh, yeah, there he is.
We love Bethesda, don't we?
No.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's like we love Peter Molyneux.
Love the universes they own. It's like, you know how like...
We've said everything about Civ 6, right?
Yeah, you can carry on. But you know, like EA owns like big companies and they like make like not PopCap.
We should do a spotlight on Civ 6. I'll install it.
Yeah.
Okay, PopCap. What are you saying?
Not PopCap. The one that Pierre Molyneux owns that made like
black and white.
Yeah.
Which one? Because there's
the one that EA
there's
bought.
Bullfrog Studios.
Because Black Lion was like Bullfrog is one that EA bought, right?
Lionhead Studios.
Lionhead, that's it.
That was the one he worked.
But
on.
I'm thinking of Bullfrog.
He went from Bullfrog. EA acquired it. He then made Lionhead Studios. Microsoft acquired.
Yeah.
And then he went on to make 22 Cans.
Which now someone else is going to acquire.
I don't know about that. I think people have learned their lesson now.
Oh dear. But yeah, but I'm saying like EA owns like, say EA was doing a lot of shit with like Dragon Age or Mass Effect. I love both those series, and it'd be and like even if they made it shit, I'd still have to like buy the games because I still like them. Like I like the universes, I still want to know more about them, but they could still make broken games. It's kind of like that because I like the Fallout universe and I like the Elder Scrolls universe. They're really cool, but they make broken games.
Yeah,
and they have Dishonored as well.
There's always that thing where you're really invested in a universe, but you're like, these games are fundamentally have really weak points. It's like that with like World of Warcraft, where I would love the universe, but I disagree with a lot of things they do in the expansions and stuff.
It's like, you know, like back before Disney owned Star Wars, and like they just released the third film. Yeah. And like all this, like people were like, buying all the stuff, and they were kind of shit.
I had like a Star Wars: The Revenge of the Sith game on the PlayStation 2.
I can understand.
It was actually quite good.
I can understand. I can understand people like even buying the good ones and the shit ones because like they love the universe so much. It's a cool concept. And I just want to see more of it.
Yeah, because thinking about it, I could have just enjoyed the game because I got to be a Jedi running around killing people, right?
Yeah.
Which
technically
that game had a spoiler in it as well.
Right.
Because you could play as Anakin.
Yeah.
And Anakin can unlock the ability of Force Lightning, which is a Sith power. And this was before he'd got corrupted and joined the dark side.
Yeah, but surely you've watched the original trilogy where you know Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader.
Yeah, but if I'm saying if you're playing the third game,
if you're saying you're doing an order,
you've seen if you haven't seen the original trilogy, or you haven't put 2 and 2 together and realised Anakin is Darth Vader, seeing him just sprouting out Force Lightning as one of your upgrades was kind of a slight spoiler.
If they made a game for each film and you gave it to a
children. Oh yeah, by the way, spoiler alert, Anakin is Darth Vader in Star Wars, unless you didn't know that spoiler.
And he's Luke's father.
Yeah, but does not say, Luke, I am your father.
No.
It's misquoted.
No, I am your father.
It's just that people, a lot of people aren't old enough to know the correct quote. Yeah. So people have remembered that way as the
They've remembered the misquote. Yeah. But also, I think the original quote that got misquoted came about because it doesn't, if you just say, no, I am your father, you can't go, who is he talking about? Who is he talking to? So I think what it actually would be is like in square brackets, Luke, I am your father. Yeah. That's what it'd actually be. But anyway, that's my tangent.
Anyway, Lootboxes. So the European Game Rating Body agrees with the ESRB. So the ESRB, let me just get my notes, has said that they believe lootboxes aren't gambling. And they've said this because they claim you're always guaranteed to get something from lootboxes, so it's not gambling. So with traditional gambling, you put money on the line and you can lose it all, basically.
Yeah.
But with loot boxes, there was always a % chance that you're going to get something out of it, so you're making a purchase instead of making a straight up gamble.
Here's another side to that. Technically, you always lose. You can never get it back to real money. You're always buying a product that is stuck inside the game you're buying it in.
You're choosing to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You're making a purchase.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like saying if I bought a pair of shoes, that's not gambling.
No, but I can understand that there's a lot of people with addictive personalities that will keep buying it and they don't realise that they've been poured into this.
Are you saying you should be able to refund loot boxes?
I just think there's be some sort of maybe yes, it's not gambling.
If say I buy a pair of shoes, thanks to the law, I'm allowed to refund them within 14 days, right?
Yeah.
But with loot boxes, if I buy a bunch of them and I go, oh shit, I shouldn't have bought like 100 loot boxes and wasted a lot of money. You can't refund them. But then you have to look at the other side of the coin where it goes, I open a bunch of loot boxes, I didn't get very good stuff, I'm just going to refund.
Yeah. I understand that it's not a product and it's not gambling, but it's definitely something. It definitely has psychological issues with people, with certain people and personalities. There should be some sort of rating that warns you and systems and laws to prevent things going too far.
So if you don't know how like free-to-play games work, is that you have about 2% of people who play the game are called whales. And these people who have highly addictive personalities, they're willing to put money into the game. And these kind of people are willing to buy microtransactions and buy loot boxes in order to advance through the game easier.
Yeah, apparently that's the reason why Jim really hates loot boxes, because he has an addictive personality. So he gets drawn in every time, and that's why he hates it every time.
Yeah.
Which makes way more sense. He should have said that from the start. I didn't know that until recently.
Yeah, I think it was in his Jimquisition.
It's like
he was talking
2
about
weeks
Destiny.
ago. Yeah.
So they, PEGI and the UK trade group Ukie are agreeing with the ESRB in the UK right now that loot boxes aren't gambling.
I would agree it's not gambling.
At the moment, there is also a petition going on to adapt gambling laws to include gambling in video games to target children. And at the moment, it's got 10,000 signatures, which means if you go on the UK petitions, at 10,000, the government has to respond to it. So it's been 2 days.
Well, if it gets to 100,000, it has to go into Parliament.
There has to be a debate on it.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's been waiting 2 days for a government response to the petition because there's 10,000 signatures on it.
In response to the petition, like either to me, I want one of two things to happen: either gambling rules encompass it, and then it's like maybe it's not gambling, but it's like something so similar to gambling, or it's just another new law completely for this special case. Either way, it needs to have rules and ratings and things around it, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, we've seen what's happened with even we've seen virtual gambling with stuff such as CS:GO skins. We've seen the huge impact that's had on young children as well.
Yeah.
We're seeing this with loot boxes.
But I think this
because people have known about microtransactions and how dangerous it can be for kids to get addicted.
That's what I mean. But I think if you made the case
addicted to that.
To a rating agency in a country, like saying like this is similar to the millions people have spent on like free mobile apps and things, I think you could like increase your case to make some sort of law to expand and encompass it, either expand gambling or create a new one.
As well, the Cambridge MP for Labour is submitting 2 written questions on behalf of a constituent. To ask the Secretary of State for Digital Culture, Media and Sport what steps she plans to take to help protect vulnerable children and adults and children from illegal gambling in-game gambling and loot boxes within computer games, and to ask the Secretary of State as well the effectiveness of the Isle of Man's enhanced protection against illegal and in-game gambling. So it seems like the Isle of Man has put in some laws,
right?
And to see if possibly the UK could put in some laws similar to those as well. In order to protect,
like a test?
in order to protect young children from kind of gambling put into these apps and these loot boxes and these...
What about a law where it tells you you can't have a game that asks you for your credit card details, because that really gets children.
But this is our local MP, right? This is the MP for Cambridge.
I guess technically, yeah.
Yeah, so this is interesting to see. I'd love to see, because there's the petition. There's a lot of pressure being put on government recently about loot boxes. There's a lot of pressure being put on game devs to say we don't want loot boxes, and there's a lot of pressure being put on the government to say if these things are going to continue to exist, there needs to be laws on them, because they are basically gambling that is highly accessible and highly addictive.
And this is just like the
younger
first
children who
this
don't
is the
understand
first
how it
pass
works.
of loot boxes. It's only going to get worse and worse from here out.
Because I think we're in a wave of loot boxes now, because we've seen how many. It wasn't so bad before, but it's just gone crazy recently with every AAA game coming out having loot boxes in it. It's got even worse. It started with microtransactions, and it's moved to loot boxes.
Do you think? I know that TB thinks
affecting single player games.
I know TB thinks that if you just add a percentage to everything, it will help a little bit, because then it doesn't have the random chance that your brain's like, if you don't know the outcome, it's going to be better for you.
If you show the chance of what each item...
Because if it's now agreed it's not gambling, we don't need to treat it like gambling. Because obviously in gambling you don't have to show the percentages. But now it's not gambling. Maybe make it force them to show the percentages.
Yeah, there's a law in China that does that.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. Because it's not gambling, so don't treat it like it.
Because recently we talked about this. It was with Hearthstone and Overwatch. They had to change how the game. They had to show the percentages of drops in that because of the new China law. Yeah. So we got to see the drops on that, and that's quite interesting.
And even then, they're trying to circumnavigate it. They're doing trickery things with loopholes in their law, which I think's a bit dishonest.
I definitely think we are going to, if China's passing laws about loot boxes, I definitely think other people are going to kind of look at this and go, maybe this is a problem for vulnerable people and children.
I think that's all I want, is for it to be looked at somewhat and have some sort of reasonable laws for it.
Because I know myself, I can completely ignore paid loot boxes in games.
I'm a sucker for customization and skins, but loot boxes I don't care about at all. Okay,
we'll move on to the next topic. PUBG passed the 2 million concurrent player mark. It has now doubled the most popular game on Steam, which was Dota 2, overtook by PUBG, and it's now doubled itself to be the 2 million concurrent mark. This is numbers we've never seen before. This game is insanely popular, and it's such a shame because it's clearly people are playing this because it's a genre they really want to play and really enjoy. But it's a shame that the game is so... It's so early access. It's so unwell optimized. Yeah. The servers are getting destroyed by all these people. You can see the potential in this game because so many people are playing it, but it could be so much better.
But it's like what it's been for ages. Like, you have this nomad group of people that really want something like this, like Ark Survival, DayZ, War Z, whatever the fuck they were called. Yeah. And then they've got kind of
World War Z, the Brad Pitt film.
They've all then moved on to this. And it's like, you just see that the Nomad group have like all found it and they all like it. And there's also bringing in new people that weren't big fans of the old one, but the Battle Royale stuff's really good to them now.
Oh, World of Warcraft 7.3 update broke nude mods and the community is in meltdown. So...
No! People
were editing their game files to add... nude mods to the game for like RP and stuff. And I thought it was so funny that this patch broke it, that I thought it would be funny, the idea that people would go back to a previous patch so that it didn't break it and they could use it, and then that way you would have legacy nude servers.
Can I just say, I didn't actually realise because I knew that were mods for like UI stuff, which makes sense. I didn't realise you'd actually change on your side of it.
You can't legally. It's against the terms of service, and you can get banned for it.
Yeah, really I just find it weird that people have actually been doing it.
I think there's a massive role-playing scene in World of Warcraft. And that comes to ERP as well. Yeah. So, I mean, BlizzCon is going to be in November, so it's really soon. So will we see
There's going to be a
Blizzard...
shit show.
what everybody's waiting for from the WoW team is legacy nude servers. That's what we want.
You think you do, but you really do.
If they just came out and said we're getting legacy nude servers,
yeah,
and everyone
it'd be worse than that. It'd be like,
that's what the people want.
He would be saying like, no, you don't want legacy servers, but you do want legacy nude servers. We understand that.
I think we got a podcast title right there. Legacy nude servers. That's some good clickbait there. Yeah. There's a new save system for No Man's Sky, which is a game Tony keeps pranking me with because he said, let's make a spotlight on No Man's Sky, and then he keeps not playing it.
Look, Guild Wars came out.
Have enough time to talk about it.
But I can talk about this though.
Well, I've got it all written down. So
the old save system is shit.
So there's a new save system with 5 save slots and 2 sub slots. So there's one for auto saves and one for manual saves. And also they made it so the analyst visor can now scan farm plants, growth time, scan ships at a distance, see their class, their type, their value, and judge the approximate distance of resources discovered as well.
Yeah, it's really like just nice updates to make it a lot easier to play.
Quality of life changes.
Yeah, but it should have been in the game for the first place as far as I'm concerned, but I'm glad they're here now.
Which is cool. Do you have anything else to say about the new save system?
It's way better than the old shit one. Okay. That's what I want to say.
Oh, Battle.net is now adding a Discord-like servers to the Battle.net. You're going to have profiles, you can have servers, you can have text chat, you can have voice chat in there. And they're also finally adding an offline mode. I've been waiting for this for years. I cannot wait to be invisible to the world when I play my Blizzard games.
Because you just like playing Diablo, you don't want to talk to anyone. I
appear offline. Well, sometimes you're like, I kind of want to log in at like 2 o'clock in the morning and just go on WoW and do something. And then somebody messages you and goes, are you online? Let's talk. And you're like, I don't want to talk. I just want to play WoW.
I did that with Skyrim. I'd go offline on Steam if I ever played. Mainly because I used to do it by habit because like when I was modding Skyrim, it's like
doesn't like you can't, shift tab break Skyrim.
Yeah.
That old tabbing breaks it as well.
Yeah. There are ways around that, but it's still like annoying to use. But yeah, you can't easily tab out and speak to people when you're playing Skyrim. But the reason why I started doing it is because if I crashed and reloaded the game, you just keep seeing me like relaunching Skyrim. So I was like, I'll just go offline. But now I don't crash as much. But even then, I still by habit turn it off. No one needs to see me play Skyrim.
You also get new profile pictures, and I'm most excited because I can finally have a picture of Deckard Cain as my profile picture. I love Deckard Cain.
Why?
Spoiler alert: Deckard Cain's dead. Rest in peace, Deckard Cain.
No, he's gone to the Battle Royale in the Sky, not Battle Royale.
He's not in Heroes of the Storm.
He should be.
That's what I'm waiting. I'm actually.
He's in purgatory
If I could have one character in Heroes of the Storm, the Valhalla for all dead Blizzard characters. I would have a Deckard Cain character, and he would just send people to sleep.
Rest in peace.
He would just go, stay a while and listen.
Would
he would just put people to sleep. Would you have like passages from his books.
Summon like a huge bookcase of books, and then like they just fly out?
Well, my other idea for a hero was the innkeeper from Hearthstone, and he would just like. He'd kind of be like Twisted Fate, or like Gambit, where he'd just toss cards at people, Hearthstone cards, then like his other abilities, he could summon like random cards from the game.
Yeah, so would he have the random effect of it? Would he be the Ben Brode of games?
All of his stats would be random.
Yeah, exactly.
All of his abilities would be completely random. Like he'd summon like random monsters.
Yeah,
and he'd randomly just. Your PC will DC from the game. It'll just be a full experience of most Blizzard games.
The crash to desktop ability on Magicka.
I think this is really interesting. I don't care about the Discord thing at all. It is interesting for people who raid because people have been going to like TeamSpeak. Discord has got really popular because of this because. WoW guilds usually have official Discord servers, and now they can do it. They can do it on the game through the official thing.
I reckon they're still going to have official Discord servers.
I don't think this is going to challenge Discord server, but I do think this is going to create way more social interactions inside the game.
Yeah.
because it's going to be so much easier to just hop into a Battle.net server, basically, rather than going onto a public Discord.
Yeah, especially if it's just like you just want to quickly like join like a, if you've just got like a, what do you call it when like you just like random people in like for a group dungeon?
A pub.
Yeah, a pub. Like you just have like a pub server,
Pug.
couldn't you? Pug? Not PUBG.
It's a public group, so it's called Pug.
Pug. Okay.
And you also, if you do 100 public dungeons in WoW, you get the perky pug. It's a little pet.
Okay, fair enough. I just think that it'd be really useful for that because you don't have to like go to like a external. Well,
I mean,
sort of external, but
I
not
was
another one.
I was waiting for Appear Offline. That's all I care about. But this is cool as well.
Yeah.
You can have a picture of Deckard Cain. Okay.
Thank God for that.
CSGO is remaking Dust 2, and they are changing nothing about it other than the aesthetic, which is interesting. I think they definitely should balance it somewhere down the line, but I think the idea is that
everyone liked it, so there's a good first pass.
they don't want to change it too much, and they're kind of just giving it a visual update for now, as well as adding Uncle Phil. As a terrorist
I don't
in
understand.
CSGO. There he is.
He looks like an old grizzly.
He looks like Uncle Phil. What's okay?
He looks like an
Can't
old
move across the
grizzled
screen.
Uncle Phil. Rest in peace.
He does look. He looks like is a skinny Uncle Phil.
Yeah,
This is what happened to Uncle Phil in The Fresh Prince.
he died and came back.
This is before he was like a lawyer, right?
Yeah,
But before that, he was fighting in the war against the counter-terrorists.
counter-terrorists win.
But yeah, if you're a CS:GO guy, there's a new Dust 2. It is the most popular map on any Counter-Strike game. Basically, it's always been the most popular map, and it's really interesting to see they're giving love to one of the most loved maps.
It's
in
the
CS.
most visually known one, I guess.
So this is the final topic. Is the creators of League of Legends, Riot Games, with an S on the end, because at the moment they only make one game, which is League of Legends. But Brandon Beck and Mark Merrill are saying they're stepping away to focus on new games. They said they're kind of tired of doing the upper duties of like kind of running the company, and they want to go back to their love of game development, which is interesting.
They actually make the S at the end work.
Yeah, but we're rushed today. I don't think we have time for Tony's wish list.
No, I think we're pretty much done.
We'll have to, but I think you can add more games. So the Molydeux tweet this week is: imagine a game where 100 players glide onto an island and must build their own theme park. Last one to be declared bankrupt wins. So it's someone's put the comment: Player Unknown's Fairground. Which I think it's pretty much a theme park. PUBG.
I find it quite funny that I instantly thought of gliding and then thought of Guild Wars, but that's kind of weird for me. But yeah, PUBG is probably the more. That's probably where he is thinking of, I guess.
The original creator of Roller Coaster Tycoons, Peter Molyneux himself.
Yeah. I see where you're going with that.
Anyway, so you can that has been the Inbetween podcast. I've been Joe Scornbrace. I've been joined by Tony Tones at RT, and you can catch us on vid.me/inbetweenpodcast. Search and everything in between podcast on YouTube. There should be a new spotlight out next week. You can check me out on Twitter at Scorn2000. Tony doesn't exist. And you can, of course, check us out on Facebook at Scorn2000.
Much like the past, I do not exist.
Anyway, that is the end of the podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
You done know.